hello. Playoffs, we are here. We are here. Wild card weekend was indeed wild. Seriously. Wild card weekend was wild. A lot of comebacks, a lot of 2 minute drives, game winning drives. Legacies are being formed, and some legacies are being negatively impacted. Just being honest. Some performances, postseason performances, are starting to not favor a couple people. But we'll get into all that tonight. Well, first and foremost, I'm sorry, people. Where are my manners? Welcome. Welcome, and thank you all for joining the set. I am your host, the favorite, your favorite, Stead. Tonight, we got something special, something different happening tonight. We're having a super live. So, a few months ago, I hosted Nightcap for Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco. I hosted Nightcap for 3 days, and during Nightcap, we will have multiple guests jump in, jump out of the live. The show is 2 hours, so this is different. We were trying to condense down to an hour, 10 minutes maybe for the set tonight. But I wanted to let's do a super live tonight for the playoffs. It's only right because it's not normal. This is not a normal time. We're in a special part of the year. So I wanted to provide you guys with a special live. So in order for us to continue this, I need feedback. Everyone in the chat, like as much as possible, comment as much as possible, talk to me. Let me know how you feel about this live. We have 4 phenomenal guests. Nick Underhill, as normal. He's a familiar face on the show. Cam Wolfe with NFL Network, and he is the Miami Dolphins correspondent. We have Mario Pleasant, Mario the comic. He is a fantastic comedian out of New Orleans. And we have Young Money's own Allan Cubas. He will be joining as well, just getting off tour with Lil Wayne and the rest of the Young Money crew. So we are here at the Super Live. Please like, please comment, please share, and subscribe. We are about to get started. And let's get this thing jumping, man. So, and again, thank you all to my subscribers, man. We are growing at a rapid rate. Like, it's very, very exciting to be, with this show, part of the set. Like, it's fire. So much love, appreciation to all the subscribers. We're going to be doing a crazy giveaway once we hit 20K. We're at 16 and a half right now. It's going to listen, we're turning up. Shout out to all the members, all the exclusive members with the quick set. I'm steadily working on, I don't want to give you guys any BS. So patience, people. And I know my members, y'all rocking with me, y'all staying with me. So we're all good there. Boom. Wild card weekend, right? So let's get into this wild card wrap up. We had the Rams and the Panthers. Rams beat the Panthers 34-31. The Bears 31, Packers 27. Bills, Jags 27-24. 49ers, Eagles 23-19. And lastly, Patriots, Chargers 16-3. We do have a game tonight. Houston Texans versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. All these games that I just mentioned, we had 3 games decided by 3 points. 1 game decided by 4 points. And then the Patriots completely shut down the Chargers 16-3. I'll start with the Rams. I want to give you guys my take before my guests come in and, the conversation starts to adjust. So, Thomas, don't worry. Drew Brees will be on the show. Thomas, don't worry. No question about it. Drew Brees will be on the show. And that's going to be an in-person. I want to sit down with Drew and have a conversation with the former Saints quarterback and future Hall of Famer. Boom. Rams, Panthers. The Panthers surprised me. The Panthers surprised me. The Rams surprised me. I thought the Rams getting Devontae Adams back, the season ending the way that it did, like we're the number 1 seed for most of the year. Seattle came in the back door, took that from them. I thought I was going to see a pissed off Rams team and a team that would go out and make a statement. Offensively, they did well, 34 points. They did well. Still, at times, the Panthers were able to contain the Rams offense more than I would like to see. And then the Rams defense, I really don't understand it. I'm looking at the talent on the roster. I'm looking at the way that these guys perform most of the year and the struggles that they had against the Panthers. Shout out to the Panthers. Much love to them. Bryce Young, he is steadily improving every week. He's getting better and better, more command. In his first playoff appearance, he goes out and he puts up 31 points. So shout out to the Panthers. They got my dog Rob Hunt back in the lineup. That's always a huge boost for any offense. He's a dog. The Panthers have a bright future, though. They are building something. You can really build momentum from this moment. Even though they did not get the victory, fantastic drive by Matt Stafford and the Rams to go and take the lead and secure that victory. It's fantastic. Championship drive. Now, as back and forth as that game was, as ugly as that was for the Rams, that last drive, championship drive. In my opinion, in the NFC, the only team that can beat Seattle was the Rams. I'll just say it. I'll say it. In the NFC, to me, the only team that can go to Seattle and beat Seattle is the Rams. Now, with that being said, the Rams got to face who the Rams got next? They got the Bears. The Rams got the Bears next. And that brings me to my next, right? Bears versus the Packers. I'm rooting for the Bears. If you guys haven't figured that out, if you've been a part of my lives, you've been a part of the set for months now, I'm rooting for the Bears. I've worked closely with their offensive line. I work with their offensive line coach. We've done technique together. I've watched film and sent corrections and all, so I'm rooting for the Bears. A lot of carryover over there from the coaching staff. A lot of those guys I know personally. That first half of the Bears game was really hard to watch. Just did not look two-seed. Didn't look the part. But time and time again, this has been a story of their season. They came back in dramatic fashion. Caleb Williams likes ratings. He likes ratings. He likes the drama. He likes the suspense. I don't like that shit, Caleb. Can we please start the game off with a lead? Can we please come out the gate and show exactly what the Bears team is and what you guys are aiming to do? Well, not fourth quarter comebacks. And they did it. They pulled it off. It was partly and mostly a Green Bay Packers collapse. This was a collapse by the Packers. A choke job, if you would like to use those terms. Jordan Love played extremely well. More than well enough to win. Jordan Love is supposed to be playing this weekend. And I'm sure that is very, 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 very frustrating for a lot of viewers and a lot of Packers fans. Jordan Love is supposed to be playing this weekend. He played that well. His receivers didn't help him out as much. They did early in the game, but when it counted, fourth quarter, the team did not execute, drop passes, mishaps. And the Bears did what they're supposed to do. They responded. Caleb made some incredible, generational, number one overall pick throws. He's escaping the pocket more than I would like him to. I would much rather Caleb step up, like go directly up in the pocket, opposed to exiting right. He likes to exit right a lot. And he's looking down the field when he exits, but as he gets close to the sideline, a lot of times there's nothing. There's nothing there. You're going to run out of real estate or you're just running laterally out of the pocket. So for the Bears and for them to move forward against a really good Rams team, but a defense that has been struggling, Caleb's going to have to be sharp. He's going to have to be sharp because this Rams defense, they have struggled down and down, but they do generate turnovers. And that's one thing this game can get ugly from that standpoint because the Rams offense won't stall out like the Packers offense did. the Rams offense will not plateau. They will, Matt Stafford and company, they will continue to generate points. Whether it's 3 or 7, they're going to continue to generate points. The Bears defense locked in against the Packers. They gave them every opportunity to win that game, and ultimately came back and got it done. So salute to the Bears. I'm bearing down with you guys. I want to see you guys win. Let's do it. Caleb, start it from the jump. Please, please. Let's not wait on the dramatics. Let's not wait on the suspense. From the jump. No more fourth quarter comeback. Let's get it out the gate. Please. I know I'm talking fast, guys. I got this super live going. So we're gonna start having the guests jump in pretty soon. But I do want to give my take on some of these games. Bills Jaguars. This was my game of the week. Before, if you saw my live last Monday, this was my game of the week. Just very, very evenly matched. Very, very two really well coached football teams. And now I am joined by Nick Underhill. Nick, what's going on, my guy?
Hey, what's going on, man? My bad. I was having some internet issues, but we're here now. We're here now.
Come on, bro. You making too much money on to be messing with that, man. Plug in.
I know, man. I know, man. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's a bad look. I mean, you're over here drinking Evian water. I can't even get on the internet, man. It's
No, no,
crazy.
this that Hawaiian volcanic water right here. This, naturally alkaline with electrolytes, deep well water. You feel me? I can't
Yeah,
really
sure,
show it.
sure.
They not paying me, so I'm not showing the label. But
That's what I'm like.
um, Nick, this is a unique live. This is not the normal live where we talk about the Saints and all their progression. The Saints are out of the tournament. They didn't make it. So we're talking all these other teams, the teams that has been remaining in the tournament. Right now, I'm on the Bills and Jaguars. So I would love for you to give your input. I know you watched all the games. I know how you are. So this Bills and Jaguars game, Nick, before the weekend started, this was my game of the week. This was the one I struggled to call. I I appreciated the Jags season, what they did, winning big game after big game against opponents when others felt like they would stall out and drop a game. They handled the Broncos, who's the number 1 seed, very, very well. They they whooped the Broncos ass for real, up and down the field, offense and defense. So the Jags had did all those amazing things throughout the season, and they were rewarded with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, and they ultimately could not get it done. The offense for the Jags stalled for a very long time before they were able to start putting up points. And against this Buffalo team, whose strength is Josh Allen, James Cook, and the plays that they make, you have to score. Like you at every opportunity, and you got to score touchdowns against this Bills team. What was your thoughts on this Bills Jaguars game?
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, I think the Jags are building something good. Like they look like a
For
team.
sure, for
And
sure.
we always say like a team's going to be back or whatever. I think they're going to be back. Like they're young. I think Liam Cohen's actually a great coach. I don't think that there's a ton of legitimate difference makers at coach in the NFL. I think he's one of them guys that, I mean, he kind of took a team and he changed it like completely. He turned Trevor Lawrence into a guy. I think coming into the season, I was looking at him kind of funny, like, what's he going to be? I think Liam got him on the right track. I think he has a whole team on the right track. But look, man, it's the playoffs, and when you got one of them ones at quarterback, I mean, I think it's just kind of the difference. And you put that game in his hands, and he won it for him. He's just tough to bet against Josh Allen, man. Like they look vulnerable. They don't look like they should be winning. But I felt that way about Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs last year. And push
Yeah,
come to shove, and like he just kept finding a way. I think that's a team that needs to really be rebuilt and be put together and really strengthen up everything. But right now, I think they have an opportunity in this playoff bracket because like this is the first time in like 25 years there isn't that juggernaut in the way. Tom Brady's not there. Mahomes isn't there. It's actually an open field. I think it's a great opportunity for everybody, but Allen in particular, I feel like this is a great opportunity for him. It was cool to see Brandon Cooks make a couple key plays. But they're thin. They're very thin. They're very vulnerable. Like we've talked
Yeah,
about that a lot, but man, coin flip. Like I got to go with Allen every time, and I think he just showed it. I thought they maybe scored a little too quick at the end. I was a little bit worried about him on that tush push that ended up going for like 10 yards.
I didn't
But
like.
yeah, I didn't. That play. I feel like that play's got to go. Like I feel like they're actually going to get it out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah. But look, man, like they're tough. They're tough, man.
yeah. No, that they are, and to your point about like you feel like they're not as good as we've seen in recent past, which I agree. I feel like this is the lighter of the Buffalo Bills teams that we've seen in the last 3 years, 3 4 years. But it don't we don't have that juggernaut like you said. We don't have the Tom Brady. We don't have the Patrick Mahomes. But for the Bills to go, Josh Allen has to be Patrick Mahomes. Like he has to tap into that realm of quarterback to lead this team, this unit, especially defensively. Even though they played well this past weekend, but he's going to have to lead this team and make plays that are like, wow. I believe so. I don't think this is going to be a chance for them to score 17 and get in and win a playoff game. He's going to have to put up points. He's going to have to make plays that are special. And people have put him in the conversation with Patrick Mahomes. To me, it's been premature because Mahomes has
Yeah.
won in this setting. He's won in the playoffs. He's won Super Bowls. As talented as Josh Allen is, as talented as Lamar Jackson is, I cannot put them in the same conversation as Mahomes
Yep.
until this happens, until the playoff wins and the Super Bowl appearance and Super Bowl. That's when you make that. That's when they can transition and graduate to that tier. In my opinion, Mahomes is alone. He's alone.
Yeah, I'm with you on it. Man, they might need a couple. It might not even just be one. You might need a couple to get in that conversation. Like Herbert's another guy everybody tries to put in there, and like I can't do it, man. Like he's got to win at some point. Like I know all the time it's all this stuff around him, and they don't have the tackles, they don't have this, they don't have that. You got to win it. You got to win some games at some point, man. Like you got to win a meaningful game. Granted, like Stafford never really did until he got in the right situation. Maybe he's just colossally screwed year after year after year, but. I don't know, man. I just watched Brock Purdy, and granted, they got Trent Williams back. I watched Brock Purdy overcome 18 missing guys, so many missing guys that there's
Yeah,
people out there with conspiracy theories about them practicing next to like an electric magnetic field that causes breakdowns, and you got scientists doing these
crazy,
studies and all this stuff, and like he's
crazy.
still winning. So what's Herbert's excuse? Like you got to win a game at
Yeah.
some point. Yeah,
No, I agree. I agree, and I think to Herbert's point is not it's not the fact that he put himself in any conversations. Like he doesn't vocally. I've never heard the man speak, so he doesn't
no,
vocally say I'm that man. I'm him. Like nothing. But media and fan perspective of Justin Herbert, they have put him in the category with Patrick Mahomes. They talk about him with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. He's a special talent, elite talent. What he's done this year, leading that team to 11 wins and playoff berth and all those things. But at the end of the day, this is a result-based business, and the result was 3 points. Like I'm
yeah,
sorry, like he's done it all year. He's led the team all year to find ways to execute and make plays and score points. This is the time. This was the time, and they didn't do it. And the Patriots defense is good. It's good for sure.
yeah,
But that no. And I'm with you, man. You got to win. You got to win in the playoffs, bro. That's out of the name. You get the legacy from that. And if you're not doing that, then I gotta stay away from it.
you still Denver and Rams? Are those your teams?
If the Rams get to the Seahawks, I think the Rams can beat the Seahawks. I think they're the only team in the NFC that can beat the Seahawks. But if is anybody else, the Seahawks going. But I still got Denver in the AFC. I do.
All right,
I do want to talk 49ers Eagles.
yeah,
What is your the 49ers have found a way. Elite coaching. Cal, like you said, that some coaches are legitimate game changers. They make a difference, like glaring difference. Liam Cohen. Kyle Shanahan is that.
yeah.
Is that and more. He is an incredible coach. You see it time and time again. They are picking up guys off the street and executing at the highest level. That's coaching. That's preparation. The 49ers win 23 to 19 to knock out the defending champions. How'd you feel about this game? What do you see from the 49ers? Do they scare you at all to go to the Super Bowl?
I don't know about get to the Super Bowl because they're just probably too banged up, but I wouldn't want to play him. Like you said, he's one of them coaches. I feel like Purdy's playing at another level. C-Max like top tier right now. But man, they're just so banged up and just hobbled. And I think at some point they're going to meet their match, maybe even in the next round. Philly's a team that like I'm fascinated more about them than a lot of what's happening on the field because I don't know what happens next for them. Like you want to talk about coaches that make a difference. Like I don't know that Sirianni's did his job to the level that you're satisfied with him this year. Like he didn't get the hires
Mm,
right. A coordinator, the offensive coordinator, probably has to go. He allowed that team's dysfunction to become something that I think undermined it all through the whole season to the point that him and AJ Brown are having words on the sideline. He doesn't call offense. He doesn't call defense. He's supposed to be a leader of men, and the culture there doesn't seem like it is what it's supposed to be. There's all these leaks all the time about what Jalen Hurts can and can't do. I think when you have a good culture and a good team and people are bought in, that kind of stuff doesn't usually get outside of the building when things are going bad. Guys like me are hearing all the dirt. So that tells me, like, right there that he doesn't have at least all of the buy-in everywhere in the locker room and that there is some dysfunction. There's visible dysfunction.
correct.
So I don't
Correct.
know what happens there. Like they're a team that has a chance to be like a legitimate dynasty. They've built an incredible roster. They've been in two of the last three Super Bowls. So I think like talking about Sirianni's job is probably a little premature, but there's got to be a line in the sand somewhere. You can't blow another season losing in the first round. Like completely unacceptable for that team.
No, I agree. I agree. They are supposed to be because you just look at the roster, bro. And they've been blessed with health. Outside of Lane
Yeah.
Johnson, they've been healthy for the most part. So it's yeah, no, that's a great point. Most people would hear that and be like, man, nah, he tripping. They just won a Super Bowl. But you see those glaring issues of AJ Brown and him getting into it on the sideline, and AJ Brown has been the center of a lot of those issues. So I'm interested to see his future. I saw some tweets circulating about him potentially being a target for the Saints. I do want to ask you any type of Saints news that we have since you cover them so closely. What do you have for me, and what's the latest?
Chris Olave is second team All Pro. So I
Fire.
think,
Yeah. Congrats,
yeah.
Chris.
I mean, if you're doing the market set, Garrett Wilson 32.5 million hurt most of the year. Like if I'm Chris, I'm shooting for that.
Garrett Wilson got paid that when it's off season, past off season.
Last offseason 32.5. Then there's someone else. I think um CD's at like 33 or 34, and then it's Justin Jefferson at 35, and then Chase Young's at 40. Puka's on the same timeline as Chris, and so is Drake London. So I think those two deals. I think Puka's probably the guy that gets ahead of Justin Jefferson, and I think Drake London and Chris probably settle in like right below Justin Jefferson. But really, George Pickens is the one that you're watching if you're one of them guys because his contract's up this year. He's a free agent. If someone's going to break that tier and get ahead of Justin Jefferson, I think it'd be him. But I think the off field probably keeps him below too. So I think
Yeah.
all those guys probably come in below 35, and then Puka's probably the guy that makes a run at Jamar Chase. But yeah, that's kind of really the only thing going on with them right now. I think there's probably some fire content coming out other places sometime soon, but that's really about all that's going on with the Saints right now.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of that fire content that's coming out, Nick Underhill, you will know I did a sit down with the Saints quarterback Tyler Shough, and that episode will be dropping Thursday. So much discussed, even to the point he told us who he wants this
Yeah.
offseason. He told us who he would like to have added to the team this offseason. So you guys tune in to the episode. That part might or might not be in there, but there's a lot of content, a lot of information shared from Tyler Shough, the sensational rookie quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. Nick Underhill, I greatly appreciate you, brother. I have to kick you out.
It's the only way to shut me up, man. I appreciate it.
And I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Later, man.
Yeah, since Nick hinted at the episode, I do have fire episode dropping with Tyler Shough on Thursday. You, all of you, no matter what team you root for, no matter how you found the set, get over there. Like telling you, Thursday is dropping. We will promo it. I will share it on all my socials, all that. But you will want to, if you're a fan of football, you will want to check out this episode with Tyler Shough. Yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about the 49ers Eagles game. The Eagles looked like the Eagles have looked most of the year. So it's really like not surprising that game went the way that it went, and the Eagles are now eliminated from the playoffs because they have done exactly what they did this weekend. They've done that several games. They've lost games to teams that they should have easily handled, in our opinion, but their offense have stalled. Like they led the league in 3-and-outs. And you think about your offense, you have Jalen Hurts at quarterback, Saquon Barkley at running back, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas, like it is Dallas Goedert. It is Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson. Like you have these names and you lead the league in 3-and-outs. That's a problem. That's a problem. I can't tell you the reason. I can't tell you exactly what's going on there, but they've done this all year and they did the same thing this weekend. And 49ers took advantage of it. They took advantage of it. The Eagles defense was fire though. Don't get me wrong. 2 turnovers. Like all this happened. You get 2 turnovers in a playoff game, you win that game. Like you're supposed to win that game. Shout out to Quinyon Mitchell. 2 picks. Like literally trying to hand the game, take over the game for the Eagles, and they still weren't able to get the job done. Now for the 49ers moving forward, they got to go Seattle. They got to go see Seattle again. The 49ers offense, and they'll have Trent Williams this time, will make a difference for sure. Run game, pass game, all of it. I don't know if 49ers look like the 49ers against the Seahawks. That defense is just, it's special. It's elite. Week 1, the 49ers beat the Seahawks 17 to 14. Week 18, for the number 1 seed, Seahawks won 13 to 3. 3 weeks, the 3 weeks prior to that, the 49ers were averaging close to 40 points a game. And for the number 1 seed, with everything on the line, so you're doing your best, you playing your best, you pulling out your best stuff, they put up a whopping 3 points to that Seahawks defense. And that was at home. That was in San Fran. That was in this year's Super Bowl stadium. Now they go to Seattle to deal with that environment, that crowd noise, that defense. Kyle Shanahan has been incredible all year. And I know that he will formulate, scheme up some offense for those guys to score more. They're going to score more than 3 points. Like, that's no question. But can they score enough to get this dub against the Seahawks? I have a hard time believing that they can do that. But what I do, I feel like the Rams the only team that can. Now, can the Rams get past the Bears? It's another story. That's another story because what the Bears do defensively, they create turnovers. Shout out to Dennis Allen, defensive coordinator for the Bears. They find a way to create turnovers. Now, if you turning the ball over in the playoffs, turnovers is always the stat. That's always the stat that tells the story. But if you turn the ball over in the playoffs, your chances are minimal. Seriously. Now joined by my guy, my dog,
Good.
Cam Wolfe. What's up, brother?
I'm doing great, man. How are you? I'm
I'm
glad to
good.
be on
I'm
your
good.
show tonight, man. It's the best place to be.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it. I love the setup back there too.
Thank you, man. Yeah, this is where I do my TV setup. So I just have my bookcase, and yes, I
I
have read
see.
every book back here, and then I
Hold up,
throw up some
hold up, hold
pictures
up,
behind
Cam.
me. Yeah.
Is that Josh Allen?
Hey, man. Hey, Hey, that's that man right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
bro.
I know
What
fans ain't gonna like it, but
I thought you
I
was the I thought you would cover the Dolphins
I, co-
closely.
I cover the whole league. I live
I
here,
know
and
you
yes, I
do. I know you
do
do.
cover the
Come on,
Dolphins
bro.
closely. But it's been cycled through. Tua had some time on the shelf, but
You took
unfortunately,
Tua off the shelf?
I did take Tua off the shelf.
Hey,
It's
dog.
hey, the reality is whoever's playing well gets the shelf placement. It's nothing
Oh,
personal.
ain't no
It's
loyalty.
just it's
Oh, ain't no
everybody get a
loyalty in
cycle
Cam.
through. So we got Josh up there, JSN up there. Both those guys playing well. They still playing.
I got you. I got you. See,
Tua
you
can
ain't know
get
what
back
you.
out there in the all season if he end up being the guy still. Maybe he still lands back up there in the all season. I got Waddle. I got Achan. Some people can get back up there.
All right. So it's an ongoing competition for Cam Shelf.
Yeah, I don't think any of the players know. So it's not an ongoing competition
Oh,
for
they gonna
them.
know. They gonna know now. They gonna know now.
But yeah, I think that this is premium placement. You gotta
Okay.
earn it with your performance.
I love it. I love it. See, you ain't know what you was getting yourself into jumping on this show.
Let's do it.
You know
I'm
I'm gonna
all
start
with
some shit. I'm
it.
gonna start some shit, Cam.
I love it. I love it. Right?
I wanna get your take on some of the playoff games, but before we do, and I know that you covered the entire league, been with NFL Network now for many years, and an incredible career, and incredible what you do. But I do want to ask you about the Dolphins because I know you
Yep.
cover and watch the Dolphins very closely. Do you have any insight on the Dolphins' new GM hire?
So I've actually been asking around a lot of people in the league. I don't know John Eric personally. I know a lot of these dudes, but I had never met him. And so I was asking people around the league smarter than me, and I got really, really good insight on what drives him, right? He is bred through the Green Bay draft philosophy. Everybody I talked
Mhm.
to talked about him being excellent on the road. A kind-hearted dude, but guy who is not gonna stop until he gets the answers for who these guys are and kind of the background that makes them who they are. Like that's kind of how he rose up the ranks. It's just his diligence, his
Mhm.
details, and his scout eye. This is a guy who was an intern in 2003 when he started his career, worked his whole way up to now being a general manager. So the work
Fire.
ethics there. And so I've also heard that throughout his career, he has been the guy willing to be the only one on the totem pole for a particular decision or pick. Like he's not unafraid to shake the shelf a little bit and
Gotcha.
give something that's an unpopular decision, bring competition into the room. For what I understand, he was the first guy on Jordan Love when they were scouting him.
Mm.
And that's obviously a delicate situation with Aaron Rodgers, but he advocated very strongly for Jordan Love even through that. And so it kind of brings you through, okay, you're not a GM yet, but you're willing to go through those difficult conversations with the franchise guy of, hey, this is best for our football team, even if it isn't the most smoothest route to success. So I know that there are one guy that and that Dolphins fans know, Anthony Campanelli, spent time with him in Green Bay,
No, you're
and
right. I
Camp
didn't make
Camp
that connection.
Camp keeps it real, and Camp gave me a great review. He said, "Hey, everybody in the organization loves him. He's a guy who's going to be super collaborative, and he's smart as heck." So I value that, and so we're going to see what he's going to do with this roster. He's certainly got a completely different place than Green Bay, but I think that the early review is they got somebody that knows ball and knows players.
Yeah, no, that's fire. Hearing his background and the way that the Green Bay Packers have built through the draft all these years, and honestly, Cam,
Yep.
being in Green Bay, you have to build through the draft because no free
Hmm.
agent is
That part.
signing to Green Bay. Like that is not an attractive place. I've been there. If I got any Green Bay fans in the live, sorry, not sorry. That is
It is what
not
it
a
is.
place I would want to live at all. At all. Man, I didn't make that connection about camp. So I want to ask you, what's the latest on the Dolphins head coach search? And is Camp being asked to be interviewed for the head coaching job? Because he's done a
Yeah.
great job in Jacksonville as defensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's done an excellent job. They had just ended their season. I was there this past weekend for the Jags Bills game, and I got a chance to talk with them. And I was telling them, man, every dude I talked to on your defense starts with you as the reason why they're having their best year of their career. And that thought that was interesting. His passion, you know it, is
Passion.
very expressive, and he's channeled that to his defense. And they are physical, they smack, and they are unafraid to let people know who they are. So I think he will be a future head coach. As for this search, they haven't put a request in for camp as of now. They haven't finalized their list, so obviously there's a chance that more people go on it. But the list I have so far: Jeff Hafley, Robert Saleh, John Harbaugh. The request is in. He still has to decide if he's going to interview with them or not. Clint Kubiak, who they already interviewed via Zoom this
Okay.
past week. Kevin Stefanski, Chris Shula, and they just added this evening Kelvin Shepard, the Lions defensive coordinator. So
Okay.
right now, those are
Okay.
the 7 candidates. They can't interview in person until the 19th, which is next Monday.
Okay.
So all the interviews right now are via Zoom. Stefanski, because he's no longer has a job, can interview in person this week, but the rest of them would have to be via Zoom. And right now, I don't have a front runner. I will say this: they would love to talk with John Harbaugh. I'd imagine he's the most experienced
Yeah.
of the options. But the reality is, and just keeping it 100 with you, Dolphins, the Dolphins aren't necessarily at the top of the totem pole from people I talk to in the league as far as desirable jobs. Obviously, you get to live in Miami. You got an owner who's willing to spend money. But right now, the cap situation is a little precarious. Not a lot
Yeah.
of money, not a lot
Yeah.
of premium picks. And you got to answer what's that long-term quarterback question. So I think those things may limit them as far as Harbaugh. But Jeff Hafley is a guy from Green Bay, knows John Eric Sullivan well. Wouldn't be surprised if he's one of the finalists.
Makes sense. That makes sense. I was on CBS Sports, and they asked me about the Dolphins' job. Would that be an attractive spot? And to me, without hesitation, I believe so. I still think, even though the cap situation is what it is,
Mm-hmm.
and the quarterback situation has concern and has questions, I think that is a place that is so attractive to free agents, like for multiple reasons, and that you mentioned Stephen Ross. He
Mm-hmm.
is an owner that is willing to do whatever it takes to bring in the best resources, best player available. He will spend the money. That's not the case in a lot of places. So
Great point.
I still think that Dolphins job is attractive to me. I still think so, but I understand the hesitations from the things that you laid out. Cam, the Robert Saleh name is
Mm-hmm.
interesting to me.
Yeah.
I can see that his energy, what he's doing in San Francisco with less, not don't have all world Fred Warner, don't have all world
Mm-hmm.
Nick Bosa as well. So I can that name is one of the ones that stands out to me. Um, Cam, I want to ask.
Salah's so interesting because Salah actually is very close friends with Mike McDaniel, and
Yeah, that's
there
another.
was
Yeah,
there was always conversation if they lined up as far as availability that maybe Salah would join McDaniel. Obviously, McDaniel now can't join Salah here for
yeah,
obvious reasons, but I think that Salah's energy is, we talk about energy, right? And you start to think about, okay, you get rid of a coach in Mike McDaniel. A lot of times teams try to reset on what they feel like they maybe had a gap in. And Mike was very good at a lot of elements. One element that you could probably say maybe wasn't his biggest strength is the super vocal leadership aspect, the rah rah element that comes with being a coach. That's not necessarily who he is, which it could be a positive or negative. There's a lot of guys like that. Andy Reid is not necessarily the biggest, rah rah guy, and it works. But if you're trying to reset and bring a little bit more of that juice in that capacity, Robert Saleh probably, it's hard to go wrong there.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I watched him last night, that 49ers game, and I can't remember a more impressive performance from a playoff team down all the dudes they were down. You talked about it. I mean, you think about Fred Warner. You think about Nick Bosa. They've been without most of the season to get
Facts,
here. Then you lose George Kittle, who's the heart of your offense in the
facts.
middle of the game. And your defense is just making plays. They had linebackers they signed last week playing the whole game. So
Man, Eric Kendrick
part of
older
that,
than me.
Absolutely, right? And so a part of this is just your ability to scheme and maximize talent. And I think
Facts.
that part is going to be key because 2026 could be a little bit of a leaner year if the new GM, which they often do in a new regime, wants to clean things up and say, "Hey, let's get our cap back in position." A lot of times that means we go young talent. We go less expensive free agents, you know? And so that requires your coaches to maximize guys who are not necessarily superstars. So I
I
think
got
that's where you need coaches that can get the most out of anyone steps in.
you. Okay. No, for sure. All right, Cam. Before I let you go, real quick,
Yep.
if you're John Eric Sullivan,
Yep.
you going hard reset,
Yep.
rebuild, or are you taking what you got now, plugging in pieces, and trying to compete?
I got to reset. I got to be reset because they haven't done a full reset in 2 decades of starting over. And I
Mm,
think the starting over doesn't mean you go tank. Doesn't mean you get rid of every player. I want Devon Achane to be a part of whatever
no
phase
question.
I'm going in. You know, I would love to have Jalen Waddle a part of whatever phase I'm going
No
through. So
question.
I don't think it means you tear everything down, but I think it means that you avoid those expensive band-aid signings where you feel like you're one or two players away. This team isn't one or two players away. They need to really go deep. And so I would reset for a year, say, hey, we're not going to be super active in free agency. We may not re-sign every good player that we have that's a free agent, but ideally we get that cap right, and then in 2027 we could be ready to compete on the free agency in the trade market again. So to me, that's how I envision it.
Yeah.
But ownership is not always patient. They may have a different view. Owner may say, "Hey, I'm getting older. I need you to win now." And so then you got to get an answer of what you do at quarterback and how do you get this team to flip talent wise into a position where they can compete with a competitive AFC and especially
Yeah.
the AFC East where you've got Josh Allen and Drake
Yeah.
May with these two teams.
For sure. Cam, I appreciate, man, that it makes so much sense, bro. So much
Yep.
sense. I get it. I get it. So was interesting to see. This offseason got a lot of questions and we will soon have answers. Cam, thank you for
Absolutely.
joining the set, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All the Dolphins fans there. I didn't want to have like a full Dolphins segment, but it's Cam is no better person to talk to than Cam Wolfe when it comes to these things, talking about the Dolphins, GM being finalized, and now the head coaching search. So I appreciate Cam for that, giving that insight in his GM hat. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a special guest joining. My guy Mario, fresh out of New Orleans, comedian, entertainer, stand-up comedy. I'm sure you guys seen his videos time and time again. He's a viral sensation. Mario, what's up, my dog?
What's up, bro? Thank you for having me on the show, bro. It's a completely honored, dog. It's a privilege. What's up, bro?
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I got to
Okay.
see what type of time you on now. You gonna act up and get my show canceled, or what we
No,
gonna
we,
be?
we good. We good. We good. Nah, we ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that. You feel me? I
Okay,
can
all
switch
right.
it up, bro. I can switch it up. I got both sides in me. You feel me? I can switch it up. I can go church and school, or I can go casino full of old folks smoking cigarettes, or I can go listen. It don't matter. You feel me?
You did you get a chance to check out the playoff games this weekend?
Yeah. I did. I was a bit surprised at a couple of results as far as like the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers game. I was I don't want to say I was pulling for the Packers. I just things that I just I just felt like it looked good on paper, and I saw the progress they was making toward the end of the season,
Yeah.
and I just felt like that momentum. But how stuff go. You feel me?
You think what did you think about the Bears though? You think the Bears got a chance to go the distance? Can the Bears make a Super Bowl appearance? How you feel about them? How you feel about Caleb Williams?
I really think that team got a lot of grit. It
Yeah.
has a lot of grit. They have the attitude. They have like this determined attitude, and you saw that in a playoff game. So I think they have. I think they have as far as like what it takes mentally to get as far as they want to go. But you know how that goes, but they're gonna match up against a good team come next week. But I definitely think that the Bears, especially the defense, man, they have a lot of grit. And
For
and,
sure.
and honestly, I think people aren't well not aren't they not taking Caleb serious, you know. And I think he has a real chip on his shoulder, and that's the
Why you
advantage
why
too.
you-
When
why
you have
you
a
think that is though? Why you think that Caleb got the
I
questions?
think he carry himself, bro. You know how he carry himself. He not loud. He's not. You know, I wouldn't say unfamiliar. It's just he do his thing the
Yeah.
way he do his thing, and you know people tend to think that the quiet and the more calm and collected don't have that storm inside of them, bro. And as you can see, they do. You feel me? You know what I'm
No, I
saying?
got you.
Like, listen, brother, I feel like sometimes it's best just to play the fool in the situation. You feel me? I think he's doing a great job and make people believe that he's not capable of doing his job he's doing.
Do you what's your thoughts on Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos? You think those guys go and get a Super Bowl?
That's
And also how would the
bro.
city feel? How would New Orleans feel if Sean Payton go win the Super Bowl in Denver?
I think we would be happy for him, bro. I know. Of course, you will probably have those fans that's just Saints fans. You know, you have NFL and Saints fans in New Orleans, and you got just pure Saints fans. They don't watch
Yeah.
after the Saints. If the Saints go to the playoffs, they watch football. If they don't, they not. You got them type of Saints fans, and
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's probably the ones that probably be you know, a little bitter, but for the most part, the city of New Orleans got mad love for Sean Payton. So I don't really see us being mad or even feeling an inch of bitterness. Like, he's given so much to the city when it comes to the Saints and giving us so much hope and pride and something to ride off, especially when him leaving, his energy was still left, in that place, bro. So it's like, because you gotta understand, whoever comes, well, whoever comes behind Sean Payton, which is Kellen Moore and his staff, it's just the attitude. You have to fill the shoes in him. You have to fill the energy back up in the locker room, just like he did. So I don't think we'll be mad, man, because he left us with a whole lot to remember him by. So
Gotcha. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. You can't do nothing
yeah, and
but
I
be
really
happy.
do think that Sean Payton and the Broncos is definitely capable of shocking the world, bro. He like that. He like that, bro. So
Yeah,
and
no,
he
I
do a
know.
great
I
job
know.
as far as like the attitude that he have towards y'all, bro. So
You mentioned Kellen Moore, Mario. Let me know what do you think about the Saints right now? How you think Tyler Shough performed in his rookie year? What's the feel for the New Orleans Saints moving forward?
the feel is great. It's a lot of anticipation in the air. I'm looking forward to seeing the attitude of the team moving forward. I really think that Kellen was just getting his whole. You got to get your juices flowing, bro. Everything is a process, and I think that's the most important thing that he has achieved, and that was the process side of it. I think the process side is I won't say done, but they've reached the point to where they gelling better, and you can see that toward the end of the season. Hey, look, you got bumps and bruises, bro. It's
For
a
sure.
it's a restart, but uh, if you see the Saints ain't progressing, then I would say you hating because they definitely is. But the quarterback situation has gotten better with Tyler. He's coming in. He's again that chip on the shoulder, bro. You gotta understand something. This man watched himself get made fun of the whole season. You feel me? And
Facts.
as soon as he got his shot, he didn't get off the field since, bro. So I'm just looking forward to seeing that attitude. You feel me? And and I like his swag, bro. I like his swag, bro. Like he with it. You feel me?
Facts.
He can feel with the culture, bro. You know how it go.
I just spent Mario. I was just down in New Orleans. I spent a lot of time with him on Friday. We were at Vandal.
Right.
We shot an episode. I got a really great chance to get to know him, know his personality, see his swagger. And I don't want to say too much because I don't want to put no added pressure on him, even though he don't care and he can handle it. But this guy has star written all over him. I feel comfortable saying that he has star written all over him from his mindset. No,
Right.
it's no technical indication on what his career will be. You know what I mean? He has to stay healthy. He got all these things has to happen, but his mindset, his approach,
Mindset.
his swagger, his aura, his energy, he got
All
star
that
written.
matter.
Facts.
All that matter, man. I don't care which sport. it is, or what line of whatever it is you're doing, bro, you got to have that aura for it. And that's why I say, man, ever since he stepped on the field, he hasn't stepped off. You can just feel it when he hit the
Yeah.
field, when he making them snaps, when he in a huddle. And I'm not even there, but I can just tell, the energy of the team. You can tell how the team is reacting to him being in the pocket and being in that. You know what I'm saying? You can just see and feel it. Like you said, you had a chance to talk to him, and you was able to experience it up front and personal. So
For sure.
I get it, bro.
You should be there. They should let you get on the squad too, man. A 10-day contract or something. What position you'll play, Mario?
What position I play? I play. Hold up, I got it right here. Backup holder. I can back up holder.
You ain't trying to get hit.
I'm gonna back up the holder, meaning like, I can hold his back up or something like that, for practice, something like that. And listen, I got a fire job though, bro. I can iron jerseys though. Like, jerseys, I can iron jerseys after each play. You know what I'm saying? I know we want to keep our clothes together, bro. Like I be seeing, you know what I'm saying?
Look good, play good.
But I played sports in high school, man. But they said I was too good, bro. Like I had one game. I played for John McDonough High School. We played against St. Aug, and I had like 5 touchdowns and 5 rushing touchdowns, 650 rushing yards, and I threw a touchdown. And I threw a touchdown on myself. They was like, man, he can't play. He can't play. And I tried to box. I tried to box. I punched somebody's head off. They're like, you got to go, bro. I was just too good at sports. Bro.
Punch his head
I was
off.
going to play football, but I got jumped by some midgets, and they beat my knees up after a game. That messed me up. So, I'm just doing comedy, bro, because that's the only thing people couldn't take from me. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Well, the police tried to choke me up because I was being funny on the call. But I pushed him off me. And I backed him up and I gave him some more jokes. He laughed and I didn't go to jail. So
that all sound like it happened for sure.
Yeah, bro. I just, I'm strong. I got a crawfish hand. I'm from New Orleans. And all New Orleans who got a crawfish hand. See, what happened was I used to throw like fast balls. I played baseball, right? Yeah. So I threw a knuckleball and it was so fast, my hand got stuck like this for the rest of my life. All because of knuckleball, bro. LSU's gonna sign me.
Mario, I'm not about to play with you, bro.
LSU's gonna sign me. They was gonna sign me, T. LSU's gonna sign me. They like, look, it look like you're throwing up gang signs, so we can't have you in LSU. Like, all right, cool.
I got one more for you, Mario. Then I'm gonna let you go.
It's all good.
I know you're a Saints fan, lifelong Saints fan. Give me your top 5 Saints of all time.
Top 5 Saints all time. I gotta go with Joe Horn, bro.
Joe Horn.
I go with Joe Horn.
Fire.
My top 5.
Your top 5.
Just 5.
Your top 5.
Joe Horn. All right, Joe Horn. I got Ricky Jackson.
Fire.
I got it's tough. Of course, Drew Brees.
Got it. Yeah. Come on now.
Of course, that's too easy though, bro. It's too easy. We gotta go back. I'm gonna go Morton Anderson, Tom Dempsey with the half foot. I'm gonna go that back for. I'm serious, bro. That's a top 5. He kicked the field goal with a half a foot, brother. You gotta put him up there, man. A half a foot, man. The man kicked the ball like this,
like a dog.
It went like this, man. Man, cocked back and kicked the 60 yards. Man had 1/3 of a foot, bro.
Hey, Mario, get out of here, bro.
Man, my B, bro. I've been on here the whole time. T, what's down, bro?
I'm saying, listen, I wrote a rap for you.
Hold up, bro. Let me get
I wrote a rap for you.
I'm tripping, dog.
I'm telling you, bro. Look, I wrote a rap for you. Brother. Give me a feature, bro.
Say I've been on about 2 minutes.
Man, Allan, this man Mario is crazy, bro.
He going off. I'm telling you, I'm over here trying to get on here. I'm thinking I'm early. Y'all done been joking about 10 minutes already.
I don't like this because it's two dudes with hair and I don't have no hair. This don't look right.
No, Mario is crazy. Hey, brother, I appreciate you joining the set, man. Mario, we gotta do a segment. Me, you, and Bubba Dub. You know Bubba Dub?
Yeah, Bubba Dub the homie. I F's with Bubba Dub. That's the homie.
We gonna this off season. We doing a show. Me, you, Bubba Dub.
Yeah. Okay, well, man, lock me in, bro. I cannot wait. Shout out to you, shout out to Bubba Dub, shout out to you, Allen, man. I appreciate
All
you.
right, Mario. Yeah, keep doing your thing
All
too,
up,
bro.
man.
Putting on for the city, bro.
Real for sure.
Appreciate
Real legend.
you.
New Orleans legend for
You a
real.
dog with it, for real. Yeah, you a dog, bro. You a beast.
I'm out here working hard, bro. You know, putting it down, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't do all the complaining and whining and all that type of stuff, man. God is good, even when it's bad. Y'all be
Real
easy, bro.
tough. Exactly.
I know it.
Bro.
One.
Allan Cubas in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Young Money's on.
What's up? Stead.
What's up, my dog? How you doing, man? How's life?
Can't complain. It's like what Mario said. You know, he dropping gems. You know, it's good when it's bad. It's great when it's good. So blessed, grateful, and locked in. Just been working, recording, getting ready to drop, enjoying all the game, NBA season, NFL season, watching sports like always.
For sure, for sure. I know you had a few appearances on First Take with Skip Bayless, Lil Wayne. So
Yep.
I know you've been keeping up with it with all things on the sports. Before we get into sports, I want to ask you. I know you just got off tour with Young Money and Lil Wayne. How was that? What's that experience like? Being a kid from New Orleans, being on tour with your idol. I know Wayne's your idol for sure. Being on tour with Wayne, was it a dream come true?
Oh, definitely a dream come true. Like being born and raised in New Orleans, everybody knows what that means, what Lil Wayne means to the city and just for music, period. So he's my idol first and foremost. So it's surreal at times to be on stage, to share the stage. You have him in the background, ad-libbing the song sometimes, like him knowing your words, him believing in you, getting to see him do his thing, and then getting to perform for those crowds. Just truly a blessing. Sometimes, you might, after you do it a couple of shows, sometimes you might catch yourself, it becomes normal, but I try to take it in and not take it for granted. Like this truly is a blessing, and just got to lock in and keep working, and get it to where 100,000 people there for me.
That's fire. I've been to the show. I've seen the people rocking with you, and I've seen Wayne on stage rapping the word with. Like I've seen it. So super fire, dog. Super fire. One more music question, Allan. Who is your dream feature? If you can get a feature tomorrow, y'all, they gonna meet you at the studio tomorrow, 2 p.m. Who you want to pull up?
Burna Boy.
Oh, that'd be so crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, that'd be crazy.
Because I've been a fan even before he blew up and became like international. I listened to him for years, and what I always liked was he stuck to who he was. Like obviously he made it sound a little bit more commercial, but he was doing African music mixing in English with his language as well. And you would catch yourself in them clubs singing along to them songs necessarily. You don't know all the words, and it was just like that's how I kind of wanted to do with my Spanish tour. It's just a vibe. You might understand this, sometimes you don't, but it's just you feel the vibe. And he did a good way of mixing that. I felt like with his culture and everything. So I'm a big fan of Burna Boy.
Let the viewers hear right now, because we got a very active chat. Let the set hear what you mean when you say that, when you transition from Spanish to English in the middle of a song.
Yeah, basically like being bilingual. A big part of my music, I think what makes me different is that being born and raised in New Orleans, I also lived in Central America for years. And I feel a lot of times people have done it, but not necessarily bridge the gap in the way that an American audience might want to listen to, or sometimes they might be a lot more fluent in Spanish than they are in English, or vice versa. Yeah. And I feel in my music, I try at least, to do a good job to blend that gap, and Burna Boy is somebody.
Let us hear it. Let us hear it. Just a line, 2 lines.
Hey, we could do no me ronca de nada, yo vengo de abajo, yo vengo del piso. You were stunting and doing the most, y aún ella viene conmigo. I was holding up, she holding it. My little baby es frito, yo la tengo caliente, aunque mi corazón sigue frío. Ella se hace difícil, but she gon' get it to me easy. I'm from the waters like Weezy. Shout out to Juvie and BG. Shout out to Arca y Jeezy. Traficando. Come on, man. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
we can rap
that.
and sing,
Appreciate
but
that.
got you, man.
No, for sure. All right, let's get into some football. Allan, let's talk ball, man. So I recap the games that happened this past weekend and wildcard weekend. Now we're moving on to the divisional round. So we got the Rams versus the Chicago Bears in Chicago. Who you got winning that one?
Chicago. I think the Rams got a good team, but going into them harsh conditions, we hearing reports Stafford has a sprained finger. I'm not exactly sure how much that's going to affect. I'm sure he's a gamer. He's going to be right, but all those things with Chicago. I mean, Caleb Williams has got to be good for 4 quarters now. We've seen him at times struggle. He showed up in the last game in the 4th quarter, but I think with the conditions and everything, I would lean towards Chicago.
Okay. I'll give my prediction as well through these games. This one's tough for me, man, because I've had the Rams going to the Super Bowl most of the season. They've been my pick.
Yeah.
The Bears are a wild card. You know what I mean? They have shown up and had these fourth quarter comebacks time and time again.
Mhm.
But for this situation, I think the Bears are a year too early. So
Yeah.
with that being said, I'm gonna go with the Rams. I think the Rams will get this win just because the Bears they're there. They have everything they need to get it done. But I think the experience of the Rams and Matt Stafford being a Super Bowl champion, I think they get it done. So
I
I'm
can
going
see
with.
that for sure. I can't get myself to pick the Rams though. Let's go on.
No, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go Seattle Seahawks versus San Francisco 49ers.
Mm. All right, so my heart's gonna want to go with San Francisco. Definitely want to go with the 49ers. Big Silverback over there, Trenton them doing their thing, but it's gonna be a tough game once again. In Seattle, coming off rest, having a lot of rest. The last time they played, I think it was the last game of the season. They struggled. McCaffrey didn't have his best game, so it's gonna be a tough one. Dang, I'm just gonna go with the 49ers for sure. I'm gonna tell you, I think
Upset.
I could see that Seattle's gonna be the favorite. I definitely understand all that, but I'm going with San Francisco, even without Kittle, a little bit injury riddle. Purdy's gonna have to play good. He didn't have his best game. Christian McCaffrey didn't play good against them the last game, so I think these dudes come in with a chip on their shoulder. And sometimes the rest can be good, and sometimes maybe could a team get a little bit stagnant. Them coming off, we'll see how it affects them with those weeks of rest in between, but. That's
Okay.
probably a little bit more an emotional pick. I'm gonna go with the Niners.
Okay. J Mart 3. I'm with you. I'm going Seattle. I'm going Seattle. I think the defense is just that elite. They were able to hold the 49ers to 3 points and in the battle for the number one
For
seed
sure.
in San Francisco. So now going to Seattle, with the crowd noise, with the conditions, the rested defense, I don't see the 49ers being able to generate enough points to get the W. Now,
All right.
we have seen Seattle offense struggle. We've seen Sam Darnold throw 4 interceptions
Yeah.
against the Rams, and they lost that game. So the 49ers can find a way, but it have to be through turnovers. I don't think just possession after possession they'll be able to outplay the Seahawks team. Through turnovers, 49ers have a chance. If the Seahawks finish 0 in the turnover category, they'll win this game. So I'm going with the Seahawks.
Yeah. For sure.
Next, we got on the AFC side, we got the Denver Broncos versus the Buffalo Bills.
Oh man, that's the tough.
Tough.
See,
Tough.
that's a tough one because probably my favorite player to watch is Josh Allen. Dude's unbelievable. I've always felt like they're contenders. I think, but I can't go against Sean Payton coming with the weeks of rest for preparation. That's a tough man. Because the what you said about being a year too early, even though they did go to the playoffs last year, I almost feel like the Broncos with the success might be a year too
That's
early.
fair. That's
I
fair.
feel
That's
Buffalo's
fair.
the better team. I'm gonna go with Buffalo. If Denver won, of course, unlike everybody, and some people got their opinion. I'm always root for Sean Payton. I'm a big fan of Sean Payton, what he
For
meant
sure.
and what he's done for the city. I love what he's doing over there in Denver. I love the play calling, how he's adapted, how he's switched it up. But I'm kind of going with that a little 1 year, a little bit too early for Bo Nix and the gang, and I think that Josh Allen is going to have he's going to play out of his mind, and they're going to win.
That's fair. That's fair, bro. I really, it's hard to argue with that, but I'm gonna argue it anyway.
Let's
I'm going
go.
with the Denver
Yeah,
Broncos. I'm going with the Denver Broncos. I do believe Sean Payton and his preparation. I believe Vance Joseph and his preparation on ways to combat what they're able to do offensively. Josh Allen will have to be magical. He will have to be
he will
special.
be.
He have to take care of the ball. James Cook will have to be special, which they are capable for sure. I think Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos have a day. I think they will find a way to generate the points to be able to secure this win. I think Josh Allen going to have more success on this Broncos defense than we anticipate. Even though the Broncos defense has been stellar all year,
Right.
Outside of a couple games, I think the Broncos offense, their run game, Bo Nix and his playmaking ability will do what is necessary for them to advance and go to the AFC Championship.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to come down to it. Can the offense do what they got to do? And we're going to find out.
For sure, for sure. And lastly, it would be the New England Patriots versus the winner of tonight's game, which is the Houston Texans versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who do you got winning Monday Night Football? Between the Texans and Steelers, and then moving on against the Patriots, that matchup next week.
I got the Steelers winning. I feel like I feel like they've been having all kind of turmoil all season. We got Tomlin on the hot seat. I feel with them closing out that way, they're riding like this emotional high right now. It was a lot of pressure, and I don't know how I would feel as a player, but almost when you get to learn a lesson in the win, which means some of these blown coverages, some of these mistakes, it's almost like all the things went right then wrong at the same time for them to lose that game, and they still won. So I feel like they dodged a bullet. And when you can learn a valuable lesson in a win and still they win the division, you saw the high they're riding right now. Aaron Rodgers, we know how much he's into the divine and everything. He's feeling magical right now. So I think they got the experience. They ride the momentum coming off that big win. They backs against the wall. Haven't won a playoff game in all these years. I'm rooting for Mike Tomlin and them to get a W tonight for sure.
Okay, I like it, man. Shout out to Mike T. I do appreciate him as a coach. All right, so if they advance, I got the Texans tonight. I do. I think that defense is about to do the unspeakable to the Steelers offense. I'm sorry. If the Patriots next week, you got them against the Steelers. Who win that matchup?
Patriots. That's where the ride comes to an end. I got the Steelers tonight. It's over right there. Patriots.
Okay. I got the Texans tonight. So the Patriots Texans, to me, I think that's the upset. I think the Texans will be able to get the job done against the Patriots next week. And I know people might think I'm crazy, but I think that defense is that special. Patriots offense struggled last night against the Chargers quite a bit. And not to say that means anything moving forward, but the way that the Texans play defense, the way that they get the ball out, the way that they I feel like CJ Stroud, he hit his stride this year.
Yeah.
After missing some time, he came back with a new energy, a new outlook on the team, and running the offense. This is a completely different team than we've seen the first 6 weeks. Completely different. Like I think they got the best record in the league between them and Jacksonville for the remainder of the season. So this is a brand new team. The Texans, I believe, are for real. I think they upset the Patriots next week.
Man, this is to get past tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Now I feel you with that defense, and then with Aaron Rodgers not being mobile, they could get ugly. So that line's gonna have to be stout. They're gonna have to play out of their mind, and I feel you. We're gonna see. I think we kind of went against each other on almost all these picks,
which is normal for us. Yeah, I think we be seeing things differently.
So who you got when who you got when it is all said and done, or you ain't going that far yet?
I got the Broncos. On the AFC side. NFC, if the Seahawks play anybody but the Rams, the Seahawks. If they play the Rams, I got the Rams beating the Seahawks.
Okay.
Again. But if it's anybody but the Rams, Seattle. So Broncos in my AFC side, Seattle.
Yeah.
Unless they match up against the Rams in the NFC Championship.
Right.
So who you got going all the way?
The Bills.
Oh man, I almost just turned everything off.
Unplugged. I know. I just think Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's that good. Like if I got them beating Denver, going over there and beating Denver, that's me. I think this is the year he could break through. I think it's going to be Josh Allen. On the NFC side, I'm definitely not going to go Chicago. If the Rams get past Chicago, I'm taking the Rams. If not, I'm going Niners. Yeah, I'm going for it. Yeah,
okay.
That's
I got you.
All right, we're going to see how it play out.
All right, my dog.
You been keeping up with hoops at all?
I have, but not as much, bro. Not as much recently. I know I see the Warriors are in conversation with Michael Porter Jr. I'm Steph. I'm Steph through and through.
Oh, yeah. I like that move if they get him, yeah.
Yeah, if they get Michael Porter Jr., man, I think that will change everything for them. And I would also like for them to move Jimmy. If they can move Jimmy and get it, like if we get Michael Porter Jr.,
Oh,
move
that's
Jimmy,
tough.
get a big. The Warriors and for the big, I think, and I think Dallas will do it. Anthony Davis. I know the injury history. I know the risk. If we can move Jimmy Butler for Anthony Davis, because they don't necessarily need him in Dallas. They got Derek Lively. They got Gafford. You know what I mean? So get Steph, Michael Porter Jr., and Anthony Davis at the rim. Championship.
For sure, but I don't like getting rid of Jimmy if you bring MPJ because defensively, I still Jimmy's got something to give. But the only way they could get Anthony Davis is to move a contract like a Jimmy. I think he's what 54, so they have to match it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I ain't mad at that. You get a guy with AD, a big man to complement Steph, and if AD's
Yeah.
at his best, he's up there. But I just think Jimmy's got something to give when it comes playoff time. He's always kind of been this dude that kind of coasts through the regular season and has his moments. It's just not.
I just don't. I just don't see the. I don't. It's nothing against Jimmy. He's been an All NBA player.
The
multiple
mix. You don't see the
times.
blend. Yeah.
I just don't see the blend on that team.
Yeah. Right.
It limits. It shrinks the floor when he's in. Steph is used to
Yeah.
having his counterpart be Klay Thompson. You know what I mean?
Like
So,
MPJ. That's like a taller version right now. You
so
talking
now
about
we
this
got
dude.
that.
Yeah.
We get that
Yeah.
back. Now we need the big. Anthony, that
All
man.
time.
Listen,
I'm with you.
championship
I'll tell you, he been playing out of his mind, MPJ. For real.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right, my
Well,
dog. I
what's up, though,
appreciate you,
man?
man. Thank you for joining the set, brother.
Good chopping it up. Appreciate you having me, man.
Yes, sir. We're gonna do this again.
I'm gonna hold you to these picks too. I'm gonna holler at you.
All right, that's a bet.
Yeah.
That's a bet.
Already, my dog.
All right,
For sure.
brother. All right, my good people here at the set. I really, really appreciate you all. I hope you enjoyed the super chat, the super live. Hope you enjoyed the super live tonight with 4 guests. We were, working in and out. Shout out to my producers, Kelly Media. Shout out to the guys holding it down, making it flow real seamless. Cole behind the scenes. This was fire. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the different conversations, the jumping in and out. Let me know if you guys got any intake on my performance on handling all the moving parts, transitioning between topics and conversations. Shout out to all the members again. Shout out to the subscribers. Appreciate y'all. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep stacking. We got Monday Night Football starting really soon with the Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I don't want to take too much more of your time, even though some of you would like for us to continue to kick it for the night. But I'm going to get out of here, give me something good to eat, watch this football game, and relax. So with that being said, the set is Stead, and I'm out.